So warmest revolutionary greetings, Africans. On behalf of the All African People's Revolutionary Party, we say Asante Sana Medasipa for your outstanding service to the African Revolution. You have achieved monumental victory with respect to your 50 years of service, your 50 years of ideological struggle, your 50 years of outstanding leadership, your 50 years of inspiring the masses of African people all over the world to achieve Pan-Africanism, the total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism. And it is an objective when achieved will help our people to fulfill their aspirations on every level of human existence. So on behalf of the struggling masses of the world, on behalf of our brother-sister organizations and our allies all over the world, we say, Medasipa Asante Sana, for your outstanding service, sacrifice, and dedication to building the All-African People's Revolutionary Party. Cumulatively, you represent 350 years of coordinated struggle. I repeat, cumulatively, you represent 350 years of honest, principled, dedicated struggle. So, on behalf of the All-African People's Revolutionary Party, all of our AACPC organizations, the All-African Committee for Political Coordination, including the PIGC and the other formations at home in Africa, we are eternally grateful to you. I also speak on behalf of our great ancestors, Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, Ahmed Sékou Touré, Amilcar Cabral, and our great ancestor Kwame Ture, who would be pleased and are pleased from where they are in the spirit world with your struggle and your exemplary sacrifice.
I was born in Ghana, and I joined the party at Akron, Ohio, when I was a student. I was recruited on campus by Kwame Ture. In 1976. I am now a chief at Mayra Fase, and my stool name is Ni Kwame Ankrah the First. Before I joined the AAPRP, we were members of Black Students Black United Students. And when Kwame Ture came by, well, he convinced all of us, and we left the Black United Students and joined the AAPRP. I joined the AAPRP because I was a former Young Pioneer student until the coup came to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. So when I heard about the AAPRP, that it is a party started by Kwame Nkrumah and Sékou Touré, I was so glad, and I decided to join. In the Young Pioneer, we were taught to defend Africa. In fact, when we go to a parade and a leader comes and says, are you ready? We respond by saying, ever ready. Because of Ghana and Africa, we are ever ready. So that's the reason why I joined the AAPRP.
I joined the AAPRP, or was motivated to join the AAPRP as a member of the West African Music and Dance Ensemble. And a few members that were already on our campus talked about the AAPRP and some folks that were coming to talk about it. And many of us have been talking about the struggle in South Africa. We were fighting apartheid, and we had met some members from Soweto, and just the world in general and what was happening, and wanting a Malcolm to come. To be reborn. And we realized that that if we all were fighting like Malcolm, we could never be assassinated. The struggle would never end, that we would continue the struggle. And so we were encouraged to come to this meeting. And when we came to the meeting and talked with the comrades and learned about the APRP and the work was done, that was being done, and the objective, we all were very, very interested to study and to learn more. So that was the motivation.
Junior high school, where we staged a walkout. And I don't know if it was because of the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King in 1968 or before it. We students organized a walkout. And that was one of the earliest times I began to get involved in activism. And then a year or two later, I got involved with one of the older brothers in the neighborhood and went to a Kwanzaa program. And I adopted an African name, and he was a member of the Congress of African People. And he went to junior college and took me to a meeting of the African Liberation Support Committee. And at that time, I didn't realize it, but some of those people were members of the party in Ohio. So eventually, I managed to graduate from high school and went to college with one dashiki that I had somebody make for me after I had become aware that I was an African. And I was sitting on the yard, as they call it, when members of the first work study circle approached me and asked me to join the party. Kwame Ture spoke on the campus, and I wasn't even there. But when they explained the program of the All African People's Revolutionary Party and the objective, I knew that's what I wanted to be in, and I've been in it ever since.
Memorable achievements in the AAPRP, it actually has been working with our Young Pioneers Institute. And that's a process that we initiated to provide care for the children in the AAPRP while their parents engaged in organizing work. But it evolved into a fun political education process for the children, at least in the area where I lived at the time in Pennsylvania. And it was a learning experience for me, and I would say probably for my fellow comrades as much as them, because we learned about how to teach children about the importance of Africa and the importance of participating in our people's freedom.
Help build the Pennsylvania chapter in Philadelphia. I have with that. Also, my second thing with that, with that. The third thing, building the campus base. When the party said in 1980, 100% on campus, I took the ball and I ran with it. I had good relationship with all the student organizations. I was an advisor for the Black Student Union. I had all the party speakers who spoke here, like Nancy, Africa, to come and speak at Temple University. I had Kwame came up and spoke. I had David Brother, Bob Brown, and we built a strong campus base, and we still have it today.
A few words about Kwame. Kwame Ture epitomized the essence of what I believe it means to be revolutionary. He committed class suicide. While many of his peers were pocketing large speaking honorarium, wherever Kwame Ture spoke, he always turned the money over to the party. He lived as a true communist, contributing to the best of his ability, but only taking necessities. Secondly, he displayed the key characteristics of a true revolutionary: a high level of discipline, patience, sacrifice, and fearlessness.
Quickly about Kwame Ture, I think my experience may be the same as many, but because we were in the same circle at one time, but wherever I lived, whenever Kwame came into the area, I always had to go to him and give him a report. How many work study circles were there? What happened to the names we collected the last time he came here? Who's doing the orientations? Are they on committees? This continued year after year after year after year after year, irregardless of what position I held, irregardless of where I was living. And then I had an experience with Comrade Assata Shakur in Cuba, and she asked me for the same report. How many work study circles are they? Where are they located? And that made me realize the ongoing permanent relationship that Kwame had with our comrade Assata and the other expatriates who lived in Cuba.
There are lots of stories I could tell about Kwame Ture, but I'll, in the interest of time, keep it to one. And this story is the first time I met Kwame Ture. He came to New Haven, where I lived at the time, and there was a program on campus. After the program, because I was the only one of my fellow students that actually had an apartment, we gathered at my house for dinner. And I had prepared what I thought was a really nice meal, but I was a very young and inexperienced cook. And consequently, as we were eating the chicken, I realized it was not done. It was underdone. And I was really embarrassed and really apologetic. But Kwame acted like nothing was wrong. He just picked up the hot sauce and dashed hot sauce on the chicken and ate it like it was the best meal he had ever eaten. And that encounter taught me a lot about humility and about graciousness and about how one should accord their appreciation for people's generosity, regardless to how humble what they have to offer is. So I learned a lot that day.
Compelling reasons for people to join the AAPRP. The party offers an unparalleled program of combining revolutionary study and the work grounded in a comprehensive strategy. The global reality of the party sets the groundwork for the Revolutionary Party needed to achieve a unified socialist Africa that will contribute toward world communism.
I think people should join the All African People's Revolutionary Party because they've come to understand the nature of the struggle that Africans are engaged in. This is a particular organization that is aimed at the total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism. We're trying to build Cadre, which are trained agents of the African Revolution who are capable of going anywhere and building this party and building the revolutionary process. So I think those who have come to those understandings should join the AAPRP. But those who have not yet reached that level of understanding also have a responsibility to join an organization that is fighting for our people. So whoever you are and wherever you are, you should join a revolutionary or progressive organization that's doing what you think needs to be done to help our people. And if you have reached this level of understanding that Pan-Africanism is the only solution, you should join the All African People's Revolutionary Party. I think
so. On this occasion of the 68th historic commemoration of African Liberation Day, and on behalf of the All African People's Revolutionary Party, we say Makora Koto. Congratulations to all of you outstanding cadre for your excellent, exemplary work, study, and sacrifice to build the All-African People's Revolutionary Party and in general to the advancement of the African Revolution in Africa and in the diaspora. Your service includes the building of our All-African Women's Revolutionary Union, which was founded in November of 1980. So I want to say your beautiful names for the historical record of the African Revolution, because collectively, your contributions represent over 350 years of dedicated service. Comrade Moya Mzuri Pambele, Comrade Nancy Wright, Comrade John Trimble, Comrade Ni Kwame Ankra II, Comrade Rafiki Morris, Comrade Yeru Okite, Comrade Zizwe Chiguka. All of you continue to exude the revolutionary African personality as honest, principled, dedicated, brilliant, incrumas terrest Cabrales Cadre, who continue to go anywhere in the African world to represent our party and to organize with confidence and loyalty to our political line. We encourage our listening audience to join the All-African People's Revolutionary Party in order to achieve a unified socialist Africa. However, if you do not decide to join our party, you must join an organization that is fighting for the liberation of African people and humanity, especially in light of the acceleration and aggression of US imperialism against Iran, against the peoples of Cuba, Venezuela, and all over the world. US imperialism and its ally of Zionism is fighting. So you have a responsibility to join an organization because our victory is a certainty. Forward to one unified socialist Africa. We stand always ready for revolution.